All right, we are going to be making 3 cubes using 2-point perspective. All right, so first thing you're going to do is draw your horizon line. That is the vertical line going straight across your paper. This demonstration is on a computer, but the process is the same if you're using pencil and paper and a ruler. All right, so you're going to draw a line straight across your paper. That is your horizon line. Then you're going to add 2 vanishing points. They can be anywhere you want. All right. Farther apart would be your viewer is looking sort of straight ahead at the corner of an object. And if you bring them closer together in one direction or the other, right, your viewer would be looking off to the side. So sort of giving your object a side eye. All right. I'm going to keep them far apart, but you can place them wherever you want, and that just changes the perspective. All right, so it's totally up to you. All right, so we have our horizon line going straight across, which is our line of sight. We have our vanishing points, where our objects are going to vanish into. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to draw vertical lines, so 3 vertical lines, one above the horizon line, one on the horizon line, and one below the horizon line, anywhere, as long as it's in those sections. And that is going to be the corner of our object. So just depending on how big or how small you want it to be. So we're just drawing that first corner of our object, which apparently isn't going to draw, which is, oh, because I was in the eraser. All right, so we're drawing just vertical lines above, on, and below our horizon line. All right. Then you can draw just some reference lines. I'll do it in pink. All right. So just lightly on your paper, draw reference lines from the top and bottom of your corner of your object to your vanishing point. Right. Just go right to our vanishing point. So line your ruler up with the top and bottom corner of your object, and then angle it into your vanishing point. Right, so these are our lines of reference, not that one. All right, so make sure you angle your ruler correctly towards your vanishing point. All right, so these are just lines of reference. All right, and now we can go back, and let me get the black. All right, and then you just decide where the size of your object. So maybe this is a big box flying up in the sky, right? Our front one is just super narrow, right? Maybe like a pole of some sort. And then this one is just oh, wrong angle, right? Vertical line, boom, right there. Okay. And then you can just connect. So it's definitely easier on a pen and paper. All right. So you're just adding the top and the bottom to your objects. All right. Boom. All right, so now that we have the one side of our box, we are going to do the other side. So again, you can line up your ruler with the right edge or the right vanishing point and the top and bottom of your object again, right? And that's going to give us our perspective lines. So you could just draw these lightly, and they're just there to guide you, to help you get the right perspective, right? So just lightly sketch those in. Right? It's kind of a cool effect, like they're shooting out of someplace, right? All right, and then you can just draw the size of the box you want, right? Maybe this one is a little long, like a rectangle. right? This is our skinny box. And this is just maybe it's long on one side and short on the other. All right, and then just connect those with a vertical line. All right, you can adjust it as necessary. That one was pretty good, and I'll throw this one right there. All right. This one's a little off. There we go. All right. So now you could see that our the box on our horizon line looks pretty good, right? It looks like a finished cube, right? But our the ones above and below look a little bit off, right? They're missing a side because above the horizon line, you're going to see the bottom of your box, and below you're going to see the top of your box, right? So we need to figure out how we're going to fill those in, right? So, taking a look at our perspective lines, right? So from the side edge of your box, you're going to connect it back to your left horizon point, or vanishing point rather. Right? And then from the end of your other side, you're going to connect it over to the right side. Right? So angling right, boom, and there we go. So just erase our lines, which is why we use pencils, right? Boom, and you can see that we have 3 objects, 2-point perspective, above and below our horizon line. All right, so you can see those perspective lines and our 3 objects. If you want to throw in some shading, you can. Totally optional. But sometimes gives a nice finished look, right? So again, totally optional, but I'm just going to draw my horizon line in so that we have a point of reference. It's an airbrush. Right, so it looks like they're actually sitting on something. All right. Boom, there we go. We'll go back to our airbrush, right? And then you can, if you want, you could just shade. Totally up to you. Right, the sides that would be away from our sunlight. Right, so we'll pretend the sun is coming from this direction, right? Here's our sun, right? So the sides would be illuminated, right? And but our bottoms would not, and our back sides. All right, and that is a quick and dirty demonstration on how to draw in 2-point perspective. All right, this probably would be a little shaded over here. All right, there you go. Too easy.